Hello guys, and as you can see we are still stuck with the pointers. There's not much left to go with pointers. Maybe a couple of things more or more than that. So in this video we are going to learn about the pointers to arrays. So say for example you have an array A of maximum size 5 and which equals to say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how many values? That's 5 values, so that's pretty much it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 values, so that's pretty much it. And now say we have a pointer star PDR, and we are going to give that pointer the address of A. Now I have not given any address of A index 1 or index 0 or nothing like that. I'm just giving the address of A. So by default it will give it the address of the first value in the array A. So we are just going to keep it at this. And now I am going to show you that what happens if we do the PDR plus plus thingy. I'm going to show you what happens if we do this. So before that, quickly let me just remind you that if you remember, I told you that all these values A0 and A1, A2, A3, A4 will be the neighbors of each other in the RAM. So after the memory block of this array index will be the memory block of this array index 1, and immediately after this the memory will be assigned to this, and immediately after that the memory will be assigned to this, and immediately after that block will have this block. So basically all these array variables, or you can say array values, have memory blocks next to each other. So after the A0 block will be the A1 block, and after that will be A2 block, and after that will be A3 block, and after that will be A4 block. So now I'm going to show you what happens. The PDR and A will first point to this, and if I do PDR plus plus, it will go ahead to the next block in the RAM and will point to this. And then if I do PDR plus plus again, it will go ahead and point to the next block over here. And if I do PDR plus plus again, it will go ahead and point to the next block over here. And if I do PDR plus plus again, it will go ahead and point to the next block over here. If I do PDR minus minus, it will go back and point to the previous block. So what basically happens when you do PDR plus plus or PDR minus minus, if you do PDR plus plus, it will point to the next block in the RAM. If you do PDR minus minus, it will point to the previous block in the RAM. So I will just show you quickly. We will use a for loop and we will print the array. So if we are using a for loop, we need a variable which controls our for loop. We are going to start this from 0 to say we have the maximum size of the array 5, and then we are going to increment it one by one. And inside my for loop I'm going to print the address of a %d is here, and the address we know print by %p. First %d to be replaced by %d, or sorry, I, and second to be replaced by the PDR, which will hold the address of the first element of the array for this case. And then we are going to print the value at the oh my god. Now we are going to print the value %d is %d. And to print the value, we know we use star PDR because star PDR holds the value at the address it's pointing to. and then we are going to increment our PDR one by one. Or in this case block by block. Let me just leave a new line after each thing so it becomes readable. Now we're gonna save it and compile it. Okay, so here's the error, and this is strange. I think maybe we need to give this 0 first. Let's save it and compile it again. Yep, now it works. Okay, so here we go. The address of the block 0 is this, and the value at this is 5. Now we increment our pointer, so which will go to the next block, and in case of arrays, the value or the block next to the block of A0 will be the block of A1. So we get the address of A1 as this. As you can see, it's this. It has increased by 4 number over here, and the value at A1 is 6, so the value of A1 is 6, and we printed that by using star PTR. Now again, PTR is incremented, so now it will point to the block next to the block of A1, and in case of arrays, the block next to the block of A1 will be the block of A2, so it points to the block of A2. So it gives me the address of block A2, which is again incremented by the 4 if in the end you see it, and gives me the value. So this is the pointer to the array and pointer arithmetic, or you can say pointer plus plus. Or pointer, if I do pointer minus minus, it will go back to the previous blocks. And this is how you declare a pointer to the array. And this is pretty much it for this video. I have explained to you everything. If you have any doubts, please leave it in the comment section below. I will be happy to help. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.